You've reached the SeaBank Chronicles, a natural sound theater transporting you through the living science of Southeast Alaska. Produced by the Alaska Sustainable Fisheries Trust. This is Beth, your radio operator. We live in extraordinary times, where science and mystery meet in a swiftly changing world. To enter the SeaBank Chronicles, just keep listening. Logbook 1, Transmission 2, When Conditions Align. Do you copy? In the last transmission, you learned how the SeaBank supports a dense web of life thanks to a quartet of interconnected habitats, fortified ocean waters, an expansive glacial network, a rainforest threaded with rivers and streams, and sheltering estuaries. Together, they form a bank in and of the sea. But how did a rainforest form in Southeast Alaska? And why here? To understand, we'll need to go back in time several 100 million years. Grab a notebook, pencil, and time machine. In the late Precambrian era, an arc of island volcanoes burst from the sea near the equator and began slowly circling the globe by tectonic motion, spewing red-hot rock and carbon gas. Eventually, this arc joined other partitions of earthly crust and merged with the west coast of North America, then slid north to present-day Alaska. The result was the foundation of the SeaBank and orogeny, the long and complicated process of mountain building that occurs when tectonic plates collide. Mountains are one of three conditions required for a coastal temperate rainforest to arise in a landscape. In places like the SeaBank, mountains greet incoming air masses, channeling them upward to the atmosphere in a process called orographic lift. Atmospheric pressure is weaker at such heights, allowing the air mass to expand and cool in the process. If the air is humid enough, droplets of moisture will condense into precipitation. Scientists call this adiabatic cooling. Snow falls at high elevations to create glaciers, and at low elevations, it rains, and rains, and rains. Wait, can't we just rely on the heat of the sun to evaporate ocean water and turn it into rain clouds? At this latitude, the angle of the sun is probably too low to induce enough evaporation if you want a rainforest. Without help from orographic lift and adiabatic cooling, there would be some rain, but likely not enough. Yet, as mighty as mountains are, they can't make a rainforest on their own. They need help, a constant source of moist air to channel skyward. This is most often supplied by a nearby ocean, blanketed with humidity. In the SeaBank, it's the Gulf of Alaska. But you're going to need a lot of moist air, delivered continuously. Enter the mid-latitude westerlies, a band of strong winds that reliably encircle the globe between 30 and 60 degrees latitude north and south. Strong winds forcing moist air up a mountainside in the mid-latitudes equals a coastal temperate rainforest. Rainforest conditions in the SeaBank produce a lush ecosystem. In turn, this ecosystem yields jobs in fishing and tourism that directly and indirectly support more than 70,000 human lives in 33 Southeast Alaska cities, towns, and villages. Some SeaBank benefits are harder to see, more like air than employment. They provision human life on a grand scale, but so quietly we often don't notice. Culture, social connection, and the good health found in clean water, wild food supplies, exercise, and recreation are all supplied by the SeaBank. Raw materials for art, healing medicines, and inspiring vistas are also present, but there's more. Breathe deeper still. Feel that storm hitting the coast? Communities find protection in the SeaBank's mighty forests and sturdy wetland buffers. Erosion and landslides are averted by vegetative cover. What about the nutrients, atmospheric gases, and water supplies that humans depend on every single day? They're endlessly recycled by the SeaBank ecosystem and its high level of integrity. Human communities never once have to turn a crank, find an electrical outlet, or write a check. SeaBank benefits are automatic and free of charge. Scientists refer to such instances of good fortune as ecosystem services. Others call them gifts, things money simply can't buy. In a future transmission, you'll learn how the SeaBank's beneficial influence extends across the globe. 2 words: carbon sink. Human communities must only ensure that lands and waters remain healthy and able to carry out their vital work. But how? Visit thealaskatrust.org/podcast for answers and a graphic showing how conditions align to form a coastal temperate rainforest. Gunish Chish to the Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian people for stewarding these lands and waters since a time beyond human memory, and for sharing them with all who make the SeaBank home. When in doubt, keep listening to the places where science and mystery meet.